in them as well. He has launched Ravina Tandon, Shah Rukh Khan, and giving breaks to many. He himself has acted in more than 100 films. When Shah Rukh Khan came to Mumbai as a hopeful actor, he had no place to stay. He lived with Mr. Vaswani, who later appeared in Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman and Josh with him, and helped SRK meet directors and producers and launched him in Raju Ban Gaya Gentleman. They also acted together in English Babu Desi Ma'am, Dulha Mil Gaya, Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na, King Uncle, and Mr. Vaswani has been a continuous mentor to him. Mr. Vaswani also produced Everybody Says I Am Fine in the English language, giving a break to Rahul Bose, who made his debut as a director. Actor Koel Puri, Rehan Engineer, Anahita Oberoi, Bowman Irani, and has the distinction of getting Carlos Santana to play lead guitar on the title track of the film composed by Zakir Hussain. Sir, it is such an honor to have you address our young students of City Montessori School, and I surely believe that they would be enthralled to learn from you about the future careers of tomorrow. Now, without any further ado, I would like to invite you, sir, to guide our young kids.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Viveck Vaswani, and I think most of your parents will know me better than you know me because when they were young, they used to see me on television, they used to see me in films, and they used to continuously see me in all sorts of media. Basically, I'm here to talk to you about unusual careers. I'm here to talk to you about different careers. I'm here to talk to you about careers in media, in advertising, in journalism, on the net, on social media, in digital marketing. I'm here to talk to you about careers in event management, talent management, celebrity management. I'm here to talk to you about careers that none of you thought were actually careers, but they are. So let me start with my own story. And let me be very frank with you. I hated my studies. नहीं होता था किताब मुझसे, पढ़ाई नहीं होती थी, मैथ्स नहीं होता था, साइंस नहीं होता था. अब नहीं होता था तो नहीं होता था. I used to get pasted by my father and my mother continuously, but I used to run away and I used to watch movies. So I think movies का शौक वहां से स्टार्ट हुआ. मैं भाग जाता था और मैं सिनेमा में जाके बैठ के, उन दिनों में 3 रुपए और 5 रुपए की टिकट हुआ करती थी, और मैं वहां बैठ के मैं सिनेमा में बैठ के पिक्चरें देखता था. फिर प्रोजेक्शनिस्ट वाले से बात करता था, जो टॉर्च वाला होता था उससे बात करता था. And I used to continuously find any excuse to go in the cinema. और कंटिन्यूसली मैं सोचता था कि यार अगर ये मेरा एक करियर बन जाएगा तो बहुत मजा होगा. ना मैथ्स करना पड़ेगा, ना फिजिक्स करनी पड़ेगी, ना केमिस्ट्री, ना बायोलॉजी. जो करना पड़ेगा मुझे वो मैं पर्दे पे करूंगा या पर्दे के पीछे करूंगा. बट हाउ डू यू कन्विंस योर पेरेंट्स? दैट बिकेम द वेरी बिग थिंग. तो आई रियलाइज दैट कहीं फिल्मों में भी काम करना है और पढ़ाई भी नहीं करनी है और मम्मी पापा को भी खुश रखना है. तो एक वो बहुत ही कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लाइफ हो गई थी मेरी. When I finished my 10th standard, and in my days we did not have film schools, we did not have media schools, we did not have any school that taught you all these unusual careers that I'm talking about. तो आप डॉक्टर बनते थे, आप इंजीनियर बनते थे, आप लॉयर बनते थे, आप गवर्नमेंट जॉब करते थे, आप स्टॉक ब्रोकर बनते थे, या अपना एक बिजनेस खोलते थे, या डैडी का बिजनेस होता था तो आप उस बिजनेस में शामिल हो जाते थे. You would work in your father's business or you looked for jobs. There was no such thing as I want to become a filmmaker, so there will be a school that will teach me. एक पूना में फिल्म इंस्टीट्यूट हुआ करता था जो अब भी है, लेकिन उसमें एक्टिंग, डायरेक्टिंग, प्रोड्यूसिंग वगैरह सिखाते थे. They never taught us difficult things. और मैं जिद करके, मेरे फादर ने कहा यार ये हमको समझ में नहीं आता, तुम क्या करना चाहते हो? मैंने कहा मैं एक करियर बनाना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन करियर मैं उसी में बना सकूंगा जिसमें मेरा शौक है। अगर शौक ही नहीं है तो मैं वहां पे करियर कैसे बना सकूंगा? तो माय फादर डिड नॉट डिसएग्री, ही सेज लेकिन विवेक यार मुझे समझ में नहीं आता तुम क्या बोल रहे हो। सो लेट मी स्टार्ट विद दैट पॉइंट. I am actually going to be talking to you about careers which I am not expecting that your parents will understand what you want to do. Not because they don't want you to do that, but because they don't know, they don't understand. And you need, if you want to be in a certain career, you need to be able to talk to them in such a way that they understand. The aim is not to become an architect, the aim is to become a successful architect. The aim is not to become a doctor, it is to become a successful doctor, or actor, or engineer, or media journalist, or anything. The aim is to be successful. So the first thing I taught myself and all the people that I trained was, how do you become successful? And that was a very important thing for us to understand, because success does not come from the air. You have to work at it. और मैं हर बार बोलता हूँ, शाहरुख खान से लेके आज तक जब मैं बच्चों को या दूसरों को मेंटोर करता हूँ, गाइड करता हूँ, काम ढूंढोगे तो काम मिलेगा, कामयाबी ढूंढोगे तो कामयाबी मिलेगी, तो क्यों ना शुरू से ही कामयाबी ढूंढे। अब ये कामयाबी कहां से आता है? पहली चीज है कि ये कामयाबी आती है नॉलेज से. इट मस्ट कम फ्रॉम नॉलेज, है ना? तो शुरू से मैं पहले आपको बताऊं मैं क्या करता हूं. आई एम द डीन ऑफ द स्कूल ऑफ कंटेम्प्रेरी मीडिया एट पर्ल अकेडमी. Pearl Academy is the kind of school, and the media school of contemporary media is the kind of school that in my days we did not have at all. We had to create careers without having a school. You are lucky you have the internet, I didn't have it. You are lucky you have smartphone, I didn't have it. You are lucky you have a laptop, I didn't have it. But if I could do it, so can you. So let me tell you what is the formula. So the starting point is knowledge, the starting point is education, and the starting point is qualification. Let me repeat that. Knowledge, education, qualification. So what do we do in the school of media? A lot of people don't understand the word. So मैं शुरू से, let me go बिल्कुल into the basics. Media means mediums. Mediums means channels. So a school of contemporary media teaches you the different channels of communication. Radio is a medium, we teach radio. Television is a medium, we teach television. Cinema is a medium, we teach cinema. The internet is a very powerful medium, so we teach internet. Advertising is a very powerful medium of communication, so we teach advertising. Journalism is a very powerful tool of communication. In fact, we call it the fourth estate, the fourth pillar of democracy. So we teach journalism. So we have these various buckets in media. We have advertising, journalism, cinema, television, internet, radio, even theater. It's a medium of communication. Dance is a medium of communication. And of course, the print media, newspapers, magazines, very powerful mediums of entry. So the first thing we have to realize when we decode this, when we demystify this, is that a school of media first tells you that there are these buckets of communication: radio, TV, advertising, journalism, cinema, internet, etc. Now I will turn this around a little bit and come to the next step. There are different kinds of careers. So there are creative careers. Directing is a creative career. Writing is a creative career, whether you write for film or for television or for radio. Writing. Dance is a creative career. You see, poetry is a creative pursuit which becomes a career if you write poetry for films or if you write lyrics for songs. Designing, whether it's sets or costumes, is a creative career. So we have another bucket. We have creative careers altogether. Then we have technical careers. Film editing is a technical career. Sound recording is a technical career. Sound mixing is a technical career. Anything that needs you to use technology and to be trained technically is a technical career. The third are the business careers in all these. So production is a business career, producing is a business career, distributing films is a business career, syndication of cinema and the exploitation of content is a business career, PR, advertising, journalism, these are business careers within which there are creative careers as well. Yes? So we have creative careers, we have technical careers, and we have business careers. And we have careers, technical careers, and business careers in television. We have creative careers, technical careers, and business careers in cinema. We have technical careers, business careers, creative careers on the internet. And so we first put this buffet out at Pearl Academy in front of all our students and say, bhai, dekho, ye sab hai. Tum kya karna chahte ho? Tumko kis cheez ka shauk hai? How do you want to understand yourself? So on the one side, these are the big careers in the world today and tomorrow. Media is going to be one of the biggest places to get rich, lucrative, and profitable careers. On the other hand, this is the way I deconstruct. So if you want to be a writer on television, there's a certain path that you follow. If you want to be a writer of ad films, there's a path that you follow. If you want to compose music and create music videos as a filmmaker without making feature films, there's a path that you follow. If you want to make documentaries, there's a path that you follow. If you want to be a still photographer and do photographs, glamour photography, food photography, then there's a different path to follow. So what happens is when you deconstruct media, make these buckets of different mediums, and then break those buckets each into creative, technical, or business careers, you understand that you don't have to do one thing if you don't want to do the other. You don't have to learn everything blank. जिस चीज का शौक है, जिस चीज के साथ आपको एक करियर और कामयाबी मिलती है, we only do those. And that's the beauty of education at Pearl today. We have realized कि आप लोग millennials हैं. You were born with Google in your head. You were born with a smartphone in your hand. We can't teach you things anymore. We have to guide you. We have to train you. We have to mentor you. There's no point in telling you in a class, this is the height of Mount Everest. You don't need me to do that. You have Google. All you have to do is press a button. Google will tell you what is the height of Mount Everest. उसके लिए टीचर की क्या जरूरत है? But how to climb Mount Everest. That teaching is called mentoring, guiding. All the information in the world is at your fingertips today. You guys have used that internet because you have a smartphone. You're absorbing that every single day of your life. You've got it on television. You've got it on OTT platforms like Netflix. You've got it on news channels. You've got it on Google. You've got it on WhatsApp. You've got information coming at you. Translating that information into knowledge and translating that knowledge into wisdom and translating that wisdom into a career strategy and translate into a career and translating that career into a successful career. That's what a mentor does. That's what a guide does. So, from information to knowledge, from knowledge to wisdom, from wisdom to strategy, from strategy to career, from career to successful career, it's a proper roadmap that I sit with my students and I work with them at. Theory, the academics, it's there. There are teachers who teach excellently and they will continue to teach. Well, we have taking all the education that they give you, translating it into a career strategy by understanding your strengths, your weaknesses. तुम्हारा शौक क्या है, तुम्हारा passion क्या है, and then taking that and making it into a strategy to create a career. And there are so many careers that you guys don't even know of, you didn't even think that these are careers. That is really and truly today what education is and must be all about. I will give you examples. Let us take a simple thing like photography. Today, every one of you has this. Every single one of you has a smartphone, and you guys are taking hundreds of photographs every day and putting them up on social media, on Snapchat, on Instagram, on Facebook. In my mind, every single person who takes a photograph, even if it's a family photograph or a birthday party photograph, and puts it up on social media, is already a content creator. Anybody who sees that photograph is a content consumer. How do you monetize this and make it a career? That's what we are talking about. These new careers in media, in cinema, in internet, in photography, on radio, on television, are where the big professions are, where the big profits are, where the big career incomes are. And that's what we have to guide and move from today. And that's what we do at Pearl. On the one hand, creativity, creative practices, and creative careers, because creativity is not going anywhere. Everything else may or may not go, which I will show you. But on the other side of creativity is career orientation, career discipline, and career strategy, which is not in any textbook in the world. It can only be done by mentors who love you, care for you, and understand you, and want to understand you, and want to give you time, and want to sit with you and make you successful. All my students come as students. They leave as friends because we become friends in the quest for their success, in the quest for big careers for them. Now, let me explain to you what I meant by these are going to be the biggest careers. Let me give you a simple example. In my days, in my parents' days, the wedding photographer used to come and used to take photos. खाना खाता था, आइसक्रीम खाता था, 50 रुपए का कन्वेंस मिलता था, घर चले जाते. And then he used to make prints, black and white prints, and he used to sell those prints. So the groom's family bought 500 prints, bride's family bought 500 prints, uncles, aunties bought 20, 30, 40 prints. He used to make prints and he used to sell them at 5 rupees or 10 rupees per print. That's how he made his money. Today, I have a friend called Atul Kaspekar, who's a huge photographer, and he charges 5 lakh rupees a day to go and shoot a destination wedding. Because if someone is spending 1 crore or 2 crores or 3 crores or 5 crores on their daughter's wedding or their son's wedding, then they will want the best photographer. They will want their son and their daughter to look double beautiful and handsome than they are. They will want that 2 crore rupee wedding to look like a 5 crore wedding. And they are willing to pay. So wedding photography has become one of the most profitable careers in the world today. Food photography. The guy who shoots the hamburger, which you see on the McDonald's hoarding, 2 lakhs a day. The guy who shoots the BMW, which you see in the BMW ad in the Times of India, 3 lakhs a day. The guy who sits down in a small studio and takes glamour portfolio pictures of struggling actors, struggling models, which they use as a portfolio to go into the industry and say, these are my professional pictures. 50,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees per day. Photography today pays in crores every year. We thought it could be a great hobby. We take photos, 200 of them every month, and we put them up on our social media. Not one of us has thought that we can take a professional course in photography like we have at Pearl, and we can make 1 crore rupees a month or 50 lakhs a month, or at the very lowest 5 lakh rupees a month, and we can become professional photographers. It's there, it's available. We didn't think of it because nobody pointed it out. Which is why I'm here today, to point out these unusual careers that are available to you. मेरा एक दोस्त था, उसको पिक्चर देखने का बहुत शौक था. He says, विवेक यार मुझे पिक्चर देखने का अच्छा लगता है. दिन में कैपिटल सिनेमा दिल्ली में होता था, पहुंच जाता ओडियन सिनेमा, पिक्चर देखता. Today, he's earning a fortune by curating films for the in-flight entertainment programs of airlines. Every airline that flies through India, and there are more than 150 airlines, they each have an in-flight entertainment program. And that in-flight entertainment program is 20, 30, 40, 60 movies, which are programmed in, which program changes every month because frequent flyers want to see new movies, different movies all the time. So there has to be someone who will choose the movie with wisdom. You can't put Mughal-e-Azam on a flight from Bombay to Dubai because the film is longer than the flight. Somebody who knows movies, who watches movies, who loves movies will sit and choose and create the program in-flight entertainment. Bollywood films, Hollywood films, world cinema, regional films, 50, 60 films every month have to be chosen from all that is available. And they have to be programmed into a capsule, which is played on the airline, on the flight, on the plane. And when there are 150 airlines flying through the country, and you work for even 10 airlines as a programmer or as a curator, and even if they're paying you 50,000 rupees a month, you're talking of an income of 5 lakh rupees a month, which is more than managing directors get some places, just for watching movies. You didn't even know it was a career. There are film museums that require people to watch movies and curate. There are film festivals all over the world, major international film festivals. And they have thousands of entries. Someone has to sit and see those movies and select them. It's a job that pays. There are film museums. People have to select them for the film exhibitions that are done continuously. Like, for example, in Bombay, we have a Kala Ghoda festival. It's a cultural festival. They show movies. Someone has to select those movies. That someone is someone who just watches movies. You get paid. And what about all of you who use this because this has video recording and you keep on making TikTok videos or you keep on making videos for Instagram and you keep on shooting videos? You're making short films. You're making short content. Where are the careers in short content? You will be amazed. Today, if you're capable of making short films, which is what we teach at Pearl Academy in our digital filmmaking courses, you can make short documentaries. You can make long documentaries. Nothing to do with. I haven't even come to you becoming a producer, director, actor in Bollywood. I'm just talking about making documentaries, big documentaries, wildlife documentaries. National Geographic and Animal Planet, they pay a fortune. The History Channel pays you a fortune if you make a documentary and do research. Short documentaries are used by the government as public service films, corporate social responsibility films. You get paid to do that. What happens if you don't want to make documentaries? And you move and start making ad films. It's a very big profession, making ad films. Advertising filmmakers give a budget and they put everything in the budget, their fees as a director, their fees as a producer, assistants, office rent, telephone, electricity, school fees of the children, food, restaurant bills, 6 महीने का तो सब लगा देते हैं उस बजट में, उसको डबल करके एडवर्टाइजिंग एजेंसी को पेश करते हैं. और जब अप्रूव होता है तो they get 50% of the money first, which means 6 months profit has already been made. A really successful ad filmmaker can make 2 ad films in a year, which means he's working for 2 months in the year and he makes enough to live the whole year comfortably and luxuriously. That's the kind of money there is in making ad films. And there are versions. So you make an ad film, you make a 20-second version, you make a 30-second version, you make a 60-second version, you make a 1-minute version, you make a 1-minute 20-second version, because the 20-second version will be played, for example, on IPL. The media planning and the media fees there are very high. The 2-minute version can be played on the internet because it's free. So you get paid for every version of edit that you make for them. But it doesn't get over there. You make a Hindi version, Tamil version, Telugu version, Malayalam version, Gujarati, Punjabi, Bhojpuri version. You make 15 language version. And now you're making a 20-second version in Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, English, Hindi, Gujarati, etc. Then you're making a 40-second version in Tamil, Telugu, etc. Finally, every ad film has 90 separate versions and you are being paid separately for each version that you make. It's very big. आगे बढ़ते हैं. If you know how to make short films, you make trailers. Every single movie, whether it's released on internet, whether it's released on Netflix, whether it's released in the cinema, they need trailers. They need promos. You have music promos, then you have the theatrical trailer, then you have the dialogue-based trailer. You're making 8 different promotional films which are called trailers on television. Those are played on YouTube. Those are played on the internet. Those are played inside the cinema where you go to see the movie. Those ad films, which are called trailers, trailers of movies, are played everywhere. You live and watch trailers before you see a movie. Somebody makes those trailers and makes a fortune making trailers. So even if you just have the shock of making short videos on your phone, you can make ad films, you can make documentaries, you can make trailers, you can, and I'm carrying on forward, you can make music videos, big money. You can make corporate films, you can make industrial films, you can make films for companies that want you to project their image in a certain way, you can make public relation films, you can continuously create content and get paid very big money to make that content work by the media industry. और मैं अभी तक हॉलीवुड बॉलीवुड पे तो पहुंचा ही नहीं हूं, मैं अभी तक टीवी तक पहुंचा ही नहीं हूं, मैं अभी तक रेडियो तक पहुंचा ही नहीं. Basically, the aim is, and if I were to go through 200, 300, 400 professions, आपका सर चकरा जाता कि इतने सारे careers हैं जो हमने सोचा भी नहीं था कि actual careers है, हमने सोचा time pass. You get paid in lakhs. The media industry is the highest paying industry in the world, including in India. My friend Vikram Motwani, who is the showrunner for a serial called Sacred Games, which is on Netflix. The showrunner is the person who coordinates the director, the producer, the technical team, because 8 episodes bante ek saath. It's a coordinating job. He gets paid in crores. We think it's only the hero who gets paid in crores. Everybody gets paid in crores. Rohit Shetty has 6 assistants. He's a director, so there's a chief assistant. There's a first assistant, second assistant, third assistant, fourth assistant. Then there are 2 people who are interns, who are apprentices, because everyone who enters films needs to be. The assistants are paid salaries ranging from 3 lakh rupees a month to 50,000 rupees a month. 3 lakh rupees a month on a Rohit Shetty film means 36 lakh rupees a year. MBAs start out at 3 lakh rupees a year, yaar. कहाँ है 3 लाख रुपए साल का और 3 लाख रुपए महीने का? So main thing is for you today, and I can keep on talking. मैं actor भी हूँ, मैं producer भी हूँ. मैंने बहुत सारे लोगों को careers दिए. शाहरुख खान मेरे घर में 2 साल रहा था. मैंने उनके लिए एक फिल्म बनाई थी, राजू बन गया जेंटलमैन. मैंने उसको ये नहीं सिखाया कि तुमको अच्छा एक्टर बनना है. मैंने ये सिखाया उसको कि कामयाब एक्टर बनना है. अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस होगा, बुरा परफॉर्मेंस होगा, लेकिन फिल्म को प्रॉफिटेबल बनना है तो तुमको करियर मिलेगी, मिला. जब मैंने गवाही बनाया तो मेरे असिस्टेंट थे आशुतोष गवारीकर, बहुत बड़े डायरेक्टर हैं आज. लगान बनाई है उसने, जिसको ऑस्कर का नॉमिनेशन मिला था. मैंने पत्थर के फूल बनाई तो सलमान और रवीना टंडन दोनों को मैंने लॉन्च किया. जब मैंने एवरीबॉडी सेज आई एम फाइन बनाई, मैंने बोमन ईरानी को लॉन्च किया, राहुल बोस को लॉन्च किया. मतलब मैं पीछे देखता हूं तो आधी इंडस्ट्री मैंने ही लॉन्च किया था. इसीलिए वो आज मेरा लिहाज और मेरी इज्जत रखते हुए पर्ल एकेडमी आते हैं और सारे स्टूडेंट्स को डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम इंडस्ट्री सिखाते हैं एडवर्टाइज. Collect your creativity, we translate it into a strategy, we mentor you, and when you finish with us, you move into careers which are big, which are futuristic, and which are very, very profitable. So, as I said, I can keep on talking, but we're at 5:35 already. So I would be very happy if all of you were to ask me a whole bunch of questions about the careers that you want to be in. Any kind of questions that may be coming in your mind now, questions that maybe you did not think of, but you suddenly thought of because I'm talking, or questions that were always in your mind, but you did not know who to ask. मैं जितने questions आप लोगों के लिए आंसर कर सकता हूं, मैं बहुत खुशी से आंसर करूंगा, because तुम लोगों से बात करना मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. It's my job, it's my dharma, it's what I do, it's what I've been doing for 40 years. Every film I've been made has been made by a new director. Yes, so yes, you can keep on putting your messages in the chat box, but go a little slow, because if the chat box is moves upwards very fast, then I will not be able to know how to answer it. Okay, so by all means, you can start asking me questions, and I would be very happy to answer them. Yes? Ariva, no questions today. What about safety of career? Shreyash Barnwal. Sir, how can we get into Bollywood? Arslan, can you please tell about travel journalism? Sir, if I want to be an actress, how should be an actress? Good evening, sir. Okay, everyone just hold your questions after this. Just hold your questions after this so that I can answer these. Nahi to ye sare upar chali jayenge. Okay. What about safety of career? What happens if you become a doctor and you become a bad doctor and nobody comes to you? What happens if you're a lawyer and you lose all the cases for your patients, for your clients? Safety of career depends on your confidence, your knowledge, your skill, your talent, and above all, your qualification. I don't know a single qualified professional who has lost his career and not become successful. This is the first part. You could study the safest career in the world and you could still be in a bad situation if you were bad at your job, if you were not qualified, if you were lazy, indisciplined, incompetent, if there were various things. So your safety of your career depends on how good you are at your work, how hard you work. That you cannot escape. Hard work is the key to success. It's a guarantee. Having said that, there is also mentorship, which is why people like me are there, and we sit, we talk to you, we show you the bad parts of the career, the dangerous parts of the career, the difficult parts of the career, and we see that you are able to go through them smoothly by holding your hands. I hold the hands of my students even 5 years after they leave birth. Okay, Shreya. Shreyash. Okay, please, how can we get into Bollywood? Actually, it's very simple, Sudhanshu. It's very, very simple. If someone like me who didn't even know Hindi could get into Bollywood, then anybody can get into Bollywood. Okay, just stop the questions here. I'll come through all these questions, but if they go up, I will not be able to answer them. Yeah. So here's the deal. The first thing you do is qualify yourself. Get the knowledge. That knowledge is available on Google. If you want to enter Bollywood, you must know about Bollywood. If you want to work with Ranbir Kapoor, you have to know who Ranbir Kapoor is, who his father is. You have to know who his grandfather Raj Kapoor was. You have to know how many films Raj Kapoor has made. You have to see those films. Because here's the if you can talk with someone, you can work with them. If you, Sudhanshu, you want to become an actor, and I say, come to me, and you come to me, and I take you to meet Ranbir Kapoor, or I take you to meet Aditya Chopra, and he wants to know how many films his father has made, and you don't have the answer because you haven't done the research. And you and Aditya Chopra can't talk to one another. How will you work with one another? So, to get into Bollywood or into any other profession, actually, first you have your knowledge. Then you go and qualify yourself in places like Pearl, where we train you to take that knowledge and convert it into industry wisdom by being trained by the best people in the industry. Then you go out into Bollywood and become an intern, an assistant to a director or an assistant to a producer, like all actors, including Ranbir Kapoor have. Salman Khan was Shashilal Nair's assistant, Shah Rukh Khan was my assistant, Amir Khan was Ketan Mehta's assistant, Ranbir Kapoor was Sanjay Leela Bhansali's assistant, Varun Dhawan was Karan Johar's assistant, so was Siddharth Malhotra. Ishan Khattar was my assistant. You assist and you see that industry from the inside. You build your network, you build your knowledge, you build your friendships because you're good at talking to them. The career happens automatically. The entry becomes our responsibility if you're qualified enough. Succeeding depends on your mehnat. It doesn't depend on anything else. Okay, 100 questions have gone upwards because nobody listened to me. Sir, actually, sir, I want to become an actor. Rishi Singh, but from where to start? Rishi, I've just answered that question. I've just answered that question for Sudhanshu. Aryan Agarwal, buddies, if you're going to continuously put these questions, I can't answer them. About 50 questions have gone. So a lot of people, please stop putting the questions there because I can't read them. Let me start from Utkarsh Goel and let me go up to Arslan and then we will talk. Arslan, you've talked about travel journalism. So I will answer it because you had put that question earlier also. Arslan, travel journalism is a great profession. Today, if you travel and you take pictures and you do wildlife pictures or you do geography pictures, you get careers in places like National Geographic. They pay for you to travel across unusual countries, unusual continents. They pay for you to report on the global warming, on various other things. Travel journalism is a great career. You learn journalism, you get trained, you work for a newspaper or a travel organ, or you set up your own blog, you get sponsors, you take photographs, you use social media. A good travel journalist can earn up to 1 crore rupees a year, and it's very easy. Google it all, but at Pearl, we specifically mentor you into how to do it very early. All right. Unnati. Okay, Harsh Yadav, sir, how about Hollywood? Unnati is being an actor unprofessional. Abhi Sarth, music and film industry, good option for career. Anshi, training or talent for actors. So these are all, every outsider don't have their acceptance in Bollywood, whose family belongs to Ishika, that's a lie. My father didn't even watch movies. I have produced 40. Every single director that I chose, and each one of them was new in those 40 films, was from outside the industry. I met Shah Rukh on the road. He lived in my house for 2 years. He's become a star. My friend Rajkumar Rao was a theatre actor from the NSD in Delhi. My friend Ayushman Khurana, ditto. My friend Pankaj Tripathi came from Bihar. He didn't know English. All these people, my friend Boman Irani was a Parsi man from Parsi Dadar colony who didn't know Hindi. They're all hugely, hugely successful. So I'm going to take all these things that you all have asked me about Bollywood, training or talent, etc., including Hollywood, and I'll answer them. And I've answered it before. You must understand the first thing you require is to be able to talk to people, right? Now, if you are a Ranbir Kapoor and you were born inside the industry, or if you were a Varun Dhawan and you were born inside the industry, if you were an Abhishek Bachchan, you were born inside the industry, you're able to talk to everyone because you've been hearing that ever since you were born there, no? अगर आपके फादर डॉक्टर हैं तो डॉक्टर वाली भाषा तो आपको 2 साल की उम्र से पता होगी. अगर आपके फादर वकील हैं तो डिट्टो. अगर आपके फादर बिजनेसमैन है तो बिजनेसमैन की भाषा तो आप 2 साल और 3 साल की उम्र से पकड़ लेंगे. तो जो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में पैदा होते हैं उनको फिल्म इंडस्ट्री की भाषा पता है. जो बाहर से आते हैं वो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री की भाषा और नॉलेज सीखने की कोशिश नहीं करते हैं. वो बोलते हैं हम टैलेंटेड हैं. अब हमने कभी कहा कि हमको आपका टैलेंट चाहिए? Who told you all that producers are looking for talented people? Every time a great actor like Nasiruddin Shah gives a performance, I don't make a profit. Every time Sunny Deol or Jitendra didn't give me a good performance, I was buying a Mercedes. Understand that you as an actor in Bollywood have only one job. You are supposed to make a profit for your producer. The producer is supposed to make a profit for the distributor. The distributor is supposed to make a profit for the exhibitor. It's a business. Those who are from inside the industry learn the business when they're very young. Those who are from outside the industry have something called Google, which they do not pick up and they do not learn. Every single one of you who wants to come to Bollywood, if I ask you 3 questions on Bollywood, how many films has Raj Kapoor directed? How many films has Yash Chopra directed? You don't have the answers. Your passion for acting and for Bollywood has not translated into knowledge. Did you understand the big thing that I told you? If you want to work with the best professionals in any industry, not just Hollywood or Bollywood, you have to be a professional also. Who has stopped you all from going to Google and Googling all the knowledge and all the information and all the research that already exists? Who is stopping you from understanding who are the 10 best filmmakers in the country? Who were the 10 best filmmakers in the 50s and the 60s? Who is stopping you from having the same knowledge that Ranbir Kapoor has in his head or that Alia Bhatt has in her head? Who is stopping? So, with due respect, if you do your homework, if you do your research on Bollywood, and if you have the knowledge and you have started using your brain, then let me tell you one thing as a guarantee. Just like when you go to the gym and you work out with your body and your body's shape changes, it gets tight, it gets toned, then when you start working out your mind in a particular direction, the mind also changes. The way you walk will change, the way you talk will change, your confidence level will change, your personality will change, your language will change, your body language will change, your confidence level will change. You will become a professional, and very, very big thing, your parents will see the difference. They will not see somebody who says, yaar, mujhe actor banna hai, mera dream hai, mera sapna hai. They will see a professional who is able to talk, walk, dream cinema, create goals, create a strategy. When they see that change, and when they see that you're getting work as an intern or an apprentice and you're working in a film, they will not come in your way. They cannot come in the way of seeing your professionals inside. But if you think that you are going to be in film industry just कि मैं talented हूँ अब मुझे काम मिलेगा, तो टिकट कौन बेचेगा भाई? जिसका फेस पोस्टर पे होता है, टिकट बेचने की जिम्मेदारी उसकी होती है, वो स्टार बनता है. एक्टर तो कोई भी होता है, 3 लाइन बोल के निकल जाओ, एक पुलिस इंस्पेक्टर को रोल किया 2 सीन में. That is not your ambition. Success is your ambition, correct? Then it's about knowledge, it's about discipline, it's about hard work, it's about passion, it's about qualification, and it's about talent. And note, I put talent last. Shah Rukh Khan and me are 2 very untalented actors. We've come where we have on our mehnat, on our knowledge, on our research, on our qualifications. We have studied it. Have you tried? All of you who are saying that we have a passion for cinema, have you tried? Okay, so I have just answered big things about Hollywood. Bollywood, we should move. Is earning money the meaning of being successful? Sudhanshu has asked. I wouldn't know if daddy is very rich and if you don't have to pay your rent and your electricity and your telephone bill, if you don't have to earn enough money to support a wife and your children, if you don't want to travel by car, then you don't need to earn money. Success and money are 2 very individual things. My friend Viju Khote, who was an actor, was very happy acting for 10 days a month in small roles. लाख रुपए महीने का कमाता था, खुश था. शाहरुख खान बोलते जब तक मैं 10 करोड़ रुपए महीने का कमाऊंगा नहीं, मैं खुश नहीं रहूंगा. So success has to be defined by every single person himself. What makes you happy? So if you're happy earning 50,000 rupees a month, that's your choice. If you're happy earning 10 lakh rupees a month, that's also your choice. But never talk about money as if it's not important. If you really want to say money is not important, then first learn how to earn it, give it away to charity. I do that. 90% of my income goes to charity. I travel by bus, I travel by train, I eat only 1 meal a day. I spend my life with children like you, talking, guiding, mentoring. Don't want Mercedes, don't want fancy car, don't want fancy house. My choice, my personal choice. But that doesn't mean I'm doing it because I can't earn money. I'm doing it because I can, and I've now made a choice. So Sudhanshu, money is important, and it's very important because you should know, and every single one of you should know how to earn money. What you do with it, how much or how little you decide to choose, that's your choice. You may decide to act in only 1 film a year. Your choice. You may decide you want to act in 10 films a year. Your choice. You may decide you only want to do blockbusters. Your choice. You may decide you only want to act on the internet. Your choice. But put yourself in the position of being able to make the choice. Don't put yourself in a position of majboori where you don't have the choice. Right? Moving on. I want to become an IITian, and I also aspire to become a writer for movies. Please guide. That's my iPhone 7. So iPhone 7, uh, if you aspire to become a writer for movies, watch movies, read a lot. Good writers know how to read. IIT can be a side business, because when you come out as an engineer or when you come out as a top person from IIT, your earning level is fantastic and it seems to be safer, but it is writers who are getting paid. My friend Varun Grover, who wrote Sacred Games, was being paid 22 lakh rupees per episode. And he wrote 16 episodes. Figure it out for yourself. But understand that those careers that we think are safe careers, and we will do some creative career on the side, world has changed. It's the creative career that's going to be the big job, the big income, the big happiness, the big satisfaction. The other career is going to be time pass. Dev Parashar, which thing attracted me to the Bollywood? What attracted me to Bollywood was the fact that I hated studies and I wanted to run away from studies. That is the truth. But the fact is that every time I saw movies, I learned about them. I watched movies, I read the titles, I talked to the projectionist, I talked to the usher. I knew more about movies than people in the industry because I chose to teach myself. There was nobody else to teach me. So what attracted me to movies was the fascination of cinema. It still exists after 42 years of working round the clock. So you can imagine how old I actually am, and you can imagine with what passion I'm speaking at my age, and you can imagine how cinema keeps me young. And yes, I'm far older than Shah Rukh Khan. Ishika, do you think that by studying abroad we get more exposure? I don't understand the question. More exposure to what? Akanksha, what are the ways of entering the film industry? An actor, I have spent 20 minutes talking about it, Akanksha. Go backwards and understand what I was talking about and you will get the answer. Anamika, I would like to know about nepotism. I don't understand nepotism. I haven't seen it in 40 years. What you're seeing being screamed and shouted about on television is lies. Those news TV are not news TV. They are propaganda TV. The truth of the matter is that I have not seen nepotism because I'm not a product of nepotism. Neither is my friend Shah Rukh Khan a product of nepotism. Neither is my friend Rajkumar Rao or Ayushmann Khurrana or Vikramaditya Motwani a product of nepotism. Neena Gupta and dear friend of mine, we did Khandan together, Gajraj Rao, they're earning a lot of money after Badayo. They're not products of nepotism. I don't see nepotism around me, quite frankly. And there is also another truth where my friend Sushant, who died, is, and they were shouting nepotism, nepotism. His last film was a film called Dil Bichara. It was produced by the biggest film production company in the world called 20th Century Fox. Fox is the producer of all the Star War movies. Fox is owned by Disney. Fox is owned by the company that also which also owns and creates all the Avenger films. They cast Sushant Singh in Dil Bichara, Voluntary. He was not a victim of nepotism. What you're hearing is all fake news. That much. Ishika, do you think studying abroad we get more exposure? Exposure to what? Sir, do IAS officers are given disrespect by politicians? अगर वो खुद इज्जत देता है और रखता है तो इज्जत मिलती है. Today I am not, I came from South Bombay, I didn't know Hindi. I created my respect, and again, respect comes from your knowledge. When you have the knowledge to talk and speak, you have the confidence and the personality, it translates into respect. Pillars of my success. Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, mehnat, 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 passion, 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 knowledge, 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 knowledge. What about ethical hacking? Ethical hacking today is actually becoming into a bigger career than we think of, because the world is becoming digital and everything is on laptops and on computers. And sometimes it is required to go back into them to retrieve valuable information, be it for the government or be it for corporate companies. It is becoming, provided it is ethical, into a very, very big career. So my biggest dream is to be an actor. I've talked about it. And okay, so all of you people who, biggest dream is to be an actor. Do I want to say something about SSR? I've just said it. He was not a victim of nepotism. He was a cheerful person. He was earning 12 crore rupees a film. He was launched by a very powerful producer called Ronnie Screwvala, who also backed his film Kedarnath. he was depressed. Music and film industry, good option for career, very good option for career. Very, very, very good option for career. Today, music producers, music recorders, music creators are getting paid a lot of money, sure. Okay, so now all this is suddenly becoming to one Bollywood conversation. What I am going to do to everyone, buddies, I'm going to put you into a position where, seriously, I'm going to give you what I am on Facebook. Viveck Vaswani. So my name is spelled with a C. So let me give it to you here on the chat. And my Insta handle and ditto Twitter. Professor Viveck Vaswani or Viveck Vaswani, or on Instagram, it's Ipsi Butwa. You can follow me. You can ask me questions on Facebook Messenger, or you can tweet your questions to me, or you can ask me on Insta, and I'll be very happy to talk to each one of you individually. I did not realize that so many of you were interested in Hollywood and Bollywood, in careers in cinema, in careers in actually acting. But let me tell you one thing which is very important for all of you to know. It is very important for you to know that these careers are very, very, very much possible. They are not impossible dreams. They are very, very possible. It is very possible for all of you, and all of you to learn, to get qualified, to get into internships. Choose your choice inside Bollywood or Hollywood and do them, right? Utkarsh, I have talked to you 75 times and given the detailed answer. However, I have put up my Insta handle. Utkarsh, you can follow me on Instagram and you can ask me questions and I'll be happy to talk to you personally. Yeah? Was nepotism reason for Sushant Singh Rajput's death? No, it wasn't. Darling, are not listening to what I'm talking. How can the man whose last film was produced by the biggest film company in the universe called 20th Century Fox have been a victim of anything to do with nepotism? Nobody could stop 20th Century Fox from hiring him, could they? Nobody could stop Nitish, who directed Dangal, from directing him in Chichore. Nobody could stop Vidhu Vinod Chopra and Rajkumar Hirani casting him in PK. No, he was not a victim of nepotism. So please guide me. I want to become a civil servant. You have to finish your 10th, then you have to finish your 12th, then you have to do your IAS or your IPS or your IFS exams. And once you pass those exams, you are then tested and then you are put into a job. You have your discipline intact, you can go very far, no doubt about that. I used to love English and Korean a lot. I'm self-taught in Korean, that's fantastic. Teaching is a very noble profession. And when you know multiple languages, translating is also a very big language. That's Manal. To become a DJ is a good career? Oh yes, Agrim, it's a very, very good career. DJs are paid nearly 50,000 rupees per night. And during Dandiya and big events, they get paid much more. Being a DJ is a very profitable career. But you have to love music. You have to be able to handle it. It's a tough job. Good grief. What about photography? I just gave you a whole list of careers in photography. We teach it at Pearl Academy. We have a full 1-year course on photography and wedding photography. Is being an actor unprofessional, sir? No, Anati, it is not unprofessional. I have been an actor for 40 years. I've acted in 102 movies. And I'm very professional, and I'm a teacher, and I don't smoke, and I don't drink, and I'm not a victim of nepotism. I faced very, very hard times, as we all do in any business we choose, but that's not the same as being victimized. No, it's a very good career. There's nothing unprofessional about being an actor. In fact, it's one of the safest professions and disciplines in the world today. Yes? IAS officer in good job in civil service? Yes. The answer is yes, Arushi. Is it easy to become an actor in Bollywood? यार शुभम, एक घंटे से मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ तुमको, क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, कब करते हैं. तो ये अब आप अपने दोस्त से पूछिए कि मैंने 1 घंटे से क्या बात. What about job in Google? Ekansh Shukla. Yes, Google, Microsoft, Apple, they're hiring and they pay very good salaries. You have to be correctly qualified. The exact qualification, if you Google their websites, they will tell you. And they're looking for people. They are short of people. Yes, there are good careers there as well. Is YouTube good for the future? Same principle. Of course, it's good for the future. Where is my academy? Yes. So Pearl Academy has two campuses in Delhi. We have Delhi West and Delhi South. We have a campus in Jaipur. We have a campus in Bombay. And we have a campus in Bangalore. And Pearl Academy has 5 schools. We have the School of Media, Contemporary Media, of which I am the dean. We have a School of Design. We have a School of Fashion. And we have a School of New Age Business. So a lot of things that I've been talking to you about also come under new age business, right? Do I think psychology as a career in coming times? Yes. But then for that, you have to study medicine and psychologists. Actually, all doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, simple general practitioners, they're all doing very, very well. And I think, whatever I may say about Hollywood and Bollywood, that medicine is a very noble profession, especially in today's times. I have a nephew, my brother is the head of Apple in America. He's chosen to become a doctor. And we're all very scared because as an intern, he's working with COVID patients in America around the clock. But it's his choice, and we always say, God bless him, right? Kushi, hold on, to become an IAS officer, which stream would be best for it and why? What should I do my body to acquire a CSE exam? Well, I think logically, if you want to be in civil service, you have to either do liberal arts, or you may do commerce. Science may be too technical because if you want to be in the bureaucracy of this country, you have to know the history of the country. You have to know things like economics. You have to know things like social services. There are various things. So except for science, any other graduation degree would be absolutely fine. I speak 5 languages, sir. I'm self-taught in 2 career options as a teacher of languages, as a private tutor of languages, as a translator for various embassies. Collectively, if you were a professional, a language professional. Also, nowadays, you will notice one very important thing. Who asked me this question? Manal. If you see Netflix, you will see that whether it's a Narcos or whether it's a Patal Lok, those are translated into subtitles in multiple languages. So subtitles, dubbing, translating scripts from English to other languages or from other languages for the purpose of putting in subtitles, for the purpose of dubbing the film. Languages is a very important profession. And today it pays well. I have a friend called Mayur Puri, and they gave him a film called The Lion King. He did the translation into Hindi. Took him 6 days to do it. They paid him 30 lakhs to do it. That's the kind of money there is in languages. Is joining NSD a better option? NSD will teach you how to be a very good actor. They do not teach you how to become a successful actor. There's a big difference. When is Big Boss 14 going to be on air? I'm really sorry. I don't know what a Big Boss is. I do not watch television. Do Pearl Academy prepare students for SAT, IET, LS, TOEFL, etc.? No, but we guide you as to how to do it. We definitely guide you as to how to do it. And the last year at Pearl, you normally spend in a foreign university, which is already part of your fees to us. So there are counselors at Pearl. I'm sure that Sarvesh will put down a list of those who can counsel you correctly as to how you can join Pearl and how you can do it to the best of your ability and so on and so forth. Yes. Sir, can dance be a step to enter in Bollywood? Of course it can be. Forget about dancing as an actor. Just a professional dancer. The guy who dances behind Sunny Deol, you don't even know his face. He's a group dancer. He gets paid 10 to 12,000 rupees per day. And if he works 20 days a month, he's earning 2.5 lakh rupees a month. Yes, it's a career. Dancing is a career. Choreography is a career. Choreographing shows is a career. Choreographing the dancers for the Filmfare Awards is a career. Choreographing wedding sangeets during the wedding season for weddings and parties is a career. Yes, dance is definitely a very, very big and a profitable career to be in. How can I get admission in abroad for studying medicine? I think you have to go to Google and you have to find out there's a pretty standard thing. First, you would get your BSc. You choose whether you want to do your master's in India or abroad. You'd apply to a university and you'd go, actually. And a lot of medical universities, medical streams are offering reasonably good scholarships. because it is the need of the hour. Yes, medicine, 100%. To be a comedian, have you met Harsh and Bharti? They're friends of mine. John, uh, comedy is a very hard thing to learn, but it can be learned. In our performing arts module, which we are starting from next year, we have a whole module on how to do comedy on television, how to do stand-up comedy, how to host programs, and we teach you how to speak in public and how to be funny, warm, witty, and compassionate at the same time. Yes, it is a career, and it's a good career. So will the web series take over theater, movies in future? No, they won't. We were told that the TV came, picture jayega, nahi gaya. Then we were told video आया, picture जाएगा, नहीं गया. Then DVD came, नहीं गया. COVID आया, 6 महीने के लिए रुक गए, शायद 1 साल के लिए रुक गए. Comma है, full stop नहीं. Finally, all of us, when the cinemas open and things are safe, we will be going to watch the Suryavanshis and the Avengers on the big screen in IMAX, in 3D and in 4D. Yes. So earning in abroad and spending in India for social work, is it impartial? I do it. Whenever I get paid abroad, I send the money to India and I do it. I support handicapped children. I support specially challenged children. I do a lot of social work. And I think it's very important to do that, whether you earn in India or you earn in abroad, it makes no difference. There are tax implications. By the time you're earning that kind of money, you will have an accountant and he will guide you through all the tax measures. Sir, I want to be an actor. So does India. Aniket, I've been talking about it for 1 hour. You can follow me on Instagram. I've sent my handle on the chat and you guys can all follow me. Right? Can't read anymore. There are too many questions and I think I will take over here. A lot of questions you had. I'm very glad that you had these questions for me. I'm delighted that I was able to answer a lot of the questions. There will be many more. So you have to understand that, and I have to understand actually that when it became a Viveck Vaswani, who was not some boring teacher who was going to talk and throw knowledge into your head and run away, it was someone who was talking to you about careers, about television, about interesting careers. It was going to become a different kind of conversation. And I'm very happy it has become a different kind of conversation. So there are 200 careers and all of you people, Sarvesh, you can give them my Instagram handle. I put it on the chat somewhere, but if you want, I will send it to you. By all means, follow me. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very grateful that you guys were here. We started with 50 students. We have 105 now. And the amount of questions you have asked, I am seriously very grateful that you guys are very bright, very sharp, very career-oriented. And I'm looking forward to guiding all of you on your careers, even if I have to do it individually. It's what I do. All right. And thank you. Over to you, Shashank.
So just one last question, if you could just address to a student.
Sure.
Sir, as you know that there are certain unconventional careers that are coming up in futures, which we are still not aware about.
Yes.
So how to develop the skills for those particular careers, and how does the Pearl Academy help the students in developing the skills for those future careers or unconventional careers which we haven't heard about?
Correct. So the future careers that you haven't heard about, like film curating for in-flight entertainment, like wedding photography, like doing various things like shooting hamburgers and making a fortune, making music videos, making trailers. So what we do as the Dean of Pearl, you will notice it is not a school of media. It is a school of contemporary media, which means I look at it, whatever has become old-fashioned, whatever has become obsolete, whatever has become useless to you, I cut it and I throw it out because it's not useful anymore.
Right.
If we are going to shoot with digital cameras, what's the point of teaching you how to shoot with a big film camera? It doesn't exist anymore. So the one thing I do is I cut out all the useless stuff and I throw it out. Then I look at what's going to be important in the next 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, and I say, this is where the future is going to be. And then I put that into the curriculum actually, not outside. And I get the best people from industry to talk about those careers, to guide my students. So I may not be, very, very good at talking about careers in micromanaging digital analysis for animation. I may not. But whoever is the expert on that will come to college and teach them, guide them, so that they understand what these careers are, so that I can take over and mentor them so that they can make their choices with full knowledge and information.
Right.
You should not play blind man's buff. अगर मैं शाहरुख को बोलता है भैया एक्टर बनना है तो कुछ नहीं हो, लॉन्च करना है, तो सलमान ने भी पिछले 3 सालों में आयुष शर्मा को भी लॉन्च किया और सूरज पंचोली को भी लॉन्च किया और जाहिर इकबाल को भी लॉन्च किया. वो लॉन्च नहीं होता है, वो पिक्चर में डाल के फेंक देना होता है. करियर बनती है स्ट्रैटेजी के साथ, नॉलेज के साथ, दिमाग के साथ और इंफॉर्मेशन और क्वालिफिकेशन के साथ. वो हम करते हैं पर्ल पे. सो एट एवरी टाइम one, my career, my curriculum is dynamic, it is organic, it keeps on changing every week if required, so that you guys are abreast of exactly what is happening. I'm actually making sensitization, which includes nepotism, as a subject to learn about because of what has happened in the last 3 months.
Right.
We make sure that you are upgraded. I make sure I'm upgraded. I make sure my faculty is upgraded, so that whatever we do for you, we are doing it with full knowledge and we are doing it correctly, so that you are never old fashioned or out of fashion, or you are getting into a job which has already become old. No, we are continuously future proof. We are looking at the future. We are talking about new careers which may not exist today, but which will be very big 5 years from now. That's what we actually do at Pearl. It is one of the reasons why we are not affiliated to any big university, so that we have the creative freedom to teach creativity the way creativity is meant to be taught.
Sure.
Shashank, does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Definitely, definitely.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, sir, for addressing a CMS student. It has been such an honor and pleasure to hear you. And in fact, since the session was scheduled for 1 hour, and now we have to extend that session for another few minutes, and the students are still pouring in the questions. So it definitely shows the enthralling passion of the students that they
Did you
have.
enjoy yourself? Yeah, most important. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yes, definitely.
That's the
It
most
was it was in fact an interactive session, and how just watching a film becomes a career options. It's just a student needs to be aware of the opportunity at the right time, that what he has to do.
correct.
So
In
it
fact,
has
if you wish,
definitely.
if there is an interest and the students have so many more questions, maybe sometime in the future, we can get them together and we can have maybe a larger session where you can take the questions in advance and give me a questionnaire, और मैं एक एक करके एक एक सवाल को ठीक से जवाब दूंगा, instead of them
Right.
just coming like this. We can do another session. Understand,
Yes, definitely.
guys, students, I'm always available to all of you.
Mhm.
All my Pearl students know, they have my phone number, they talk to me and we talk. So you've got my Instagram ID, you've got my Facebook, you've got my Twitter. Follow me. You can get me on Messenger. You can get me on email. You can get me on Instagram. You can get me on Twitter. I am always and very easily accessible to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And I would also like to thank Sarvesh for organizing this wonderful session. And he was just on my back every time for this particular session schedule. So I would just like to
thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
Viveck, sir. Thank you,
I
Shashank.
must tell you, I enjoyed myself very much.
Thank you.
I love
Thank
it when students are enthusiastic.
Right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shashank.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, student. Bye. Take care.